What is going on?
Oh, haven't you seen? Guess what's coming out next year?
What?
There's a movie. That introduction I just did should have given you a clue.
Is it, Twister, Part 2?
Oh, well, no, but I wish, then we could probably star like Helen Hunt, and, there'd be like really big, twisters and like phase 5s and all that. But no, Boo. It's gonna be Top Gun Part 2.
Top Gun? What, is it a Western?
No, Boo. It's about Maverick and Goose and Iceman and flying planes and kicking butt,
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. Iceman. Yes, very good. So, is this the story that we're going to do today?
Yeah, well, I figured it would be appropriate. The trailer just came out, and so I kind of figured that we would do Top Gun today.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do Top Gun.
Well, alrighty then. Let's start the booms.
No, Ty, we've already done that. Let's just go ahead and start.
So back in 1986, when this movie was made, it was really cool to be kicking Russian butt. And they made a lot of movies about the subject.
Oh, yes, well, you had like Rocky, who was beating up the Russian and kicking Russian butt. And then American Anthem with gymnasts who are also kicking Russian butt. So it stands to reason that they would make this movie about flying and blowing up Russian butt.
Oh yeah, well that's the whole premise of the movie, Abu. You're right. But there's some other little details I'll go ahead and fill in. So first of all, there's this dude, and he's kind of a sweaty dude. But come to think of it, really everybody's kind of sweaty in this movie, or either that or smoking big cigars. But Tom Cruise, he's so sweaty, he's like always asking for a shower.
Oh yes, that's the truth. If he comes into your house in this movie, he's going to ask for a shower. It's odd.
Well, yeah, it is.
Well, here's another thing. These sweaty dudes down at playing volleyball in the sand. Why, when they jump in the sand, was it not sticking to their bodies? Every shot I saw just saw glistening, sweaty bodies, but there was no sand.
Oh, I know. When I go down and I'm in the sand, it's all over me. Especially it gets up in my butt crack, and then it gets all itchy and red, and then I have to go home and put cream on it. But with them, no sand. But Maverick, he's a hot shot, and he's a good-looking fella, but he's always smiling at people. I don't know if you noticed that. And he's got the big white teeth. It's like a beautiful crest whitening smile. And I think he uses that against people because he's always smiling at them.
Well, I did notice that. And I think that, it does give you a huge advantage in anything, in business or friendship, relationships, to smile right at people, because it makes them wonder and think, what does he know that I don't, because he's always smiling.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. But it gave Tom Cruise the advantage because he brings Cougar in. Cougar was a freaking wuss. He has one run-in with the enemy, and he freaks out, and Maverick has to do an extremely brave thing. But what he should have done was landed that plane. Yeah, it's just a line from the movie. But So yeah, they bring in Tom Cruise and Goose, and he's like, it's you two now, and but he's razzing him. He's telling him, you're gonna be flying rubber dog poo out of Hong Kong.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, really. That seems like a lucrative career that would be good for a lot less risk. But, it seemed like it was supposed to be an insult.
Well, it was an insult, but, Maverick's like, no way, man. And, I don't need to hear this from you and your sweaty head and your cigar. But they get the chance, and so they go on. And then Meg Ryan shows up. And that was before she had the surgery. Where, I kind of thought she was, kind of cute.
Well, yes, but I think a lot of stuff happened before Meg Ryan shows up. And yes, she was very cute, but her hair is very messy. It almost looked like a wig. But Meg Ryan is Goose' wife. And they met back when she owned a flower shop, and they were and Goose did not like the shop, and he would email her and tell her so, and so they would email back and forth.
Wait a minute, Abu. I think you got that confused with You've Got Mail, which was Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, really quite a few years later.
No, I don't think so. That's the way they met, but that's okay. We can continue on. So, yes, Meg Ryan says to Goose, she says, take me to bed or lose me forever. I guess she was very tired.
Well, because it is a family show, that's where we'll go ahead and leave that. But, so they're all hanging out, and Tom Cruise, Maverick's with his new girl, Kelly McNulty, or whatever her name was. I never cared for her. I really think that probably a better choice would have been Helen Hunt for the part, but they went with Kelly McRiley. Something or another, McNugget. I don't know, but so they're all hanging out there. They're having a good time, and there they are at flight school, and they're doing hops, and Iceman's the leader, and Maverick and Goose are second, and they want to be on the plaque.
Yes, well, of course they do, because the alternative plaque for the losers was in the ladies' room.
Yeah, that's good. But that was a good addition. It's right, yeah. And so then some tensions kind of fly, and they're playing volleyball, and then Maverick goes over to his girlfriend's house, and he's always asking for showers, because he's always sweaty, and she says, no, you're not gonna. She's probably got a dirty tub, so she's like, no, man, you're not gonna shower. And then they go out there, they're doing a hop, and here's the thing that most people just don't know, is that really when Maverick couldn't get control of his plane, this was Iceman's fault, because he was so arrogant he wouldn't get out of the way.
Yes, that's exactly right. He did not have the shot, and Maverick was behind him, and in war, if it wouldn't have been for the plaque, but if it was war, then Iceman would have flown out of the way. But no, he had to be number one so that he could still buy hair gel to grease back his hair, and so he could buy gum to chomp his big teeth. When he always does that when he gets up in your face. He's like, I am the Iceman, and then he goes, I don't know why he does that, but so yeah, and so Maverick flies through the butt wash, and
wait a minute, I think it was called jet wash. But, that's kind of funny. We can call it butt wash if you want.
Well, I don't care what we call it. It made the plane fly out of control. So they go to crash, and they pull the thing, and Goose hits the top, and he dies.
Oh, I know, and I was like heart wrenched. I'm sitting there just bawling my eyes out because Goose was dead, and in all honesty, I think if the truth was known, I think Iceman loved Goose's wife, Meg Ryan, because it was before she got the surgery and her mouth went, kind of weird looking. But I think he had to get Goose out of the way. And so he plotted that whole thing, and well, now Goose is gone, and then they go on another hop, and Tom Cruise, he's lost it. He's kind of like freaking Cougar at the time. He's just like he's holding too tight to Goose, but he has to let him go because Tom Skerritt says, to Jester, get him up there. This is a good pilot. He's just going through hard times because his dad, was I don't know what he was. He was probably the one running Rubber Dog Poo had a Hong Kong. But so
yeah, he probably was. But so the whole thing is then it's graduation day and they get the call, that the Russians are in town and they've got planes and MiGs. And maybe like a Meg Ryan.
Oh yeah, that was another good one, Abu. You're on fire today. Yeah, so they get called away to the Indian Ocean, and they launch the planes and they go up and dogfight, and Maverick's having trouble staying engaged, and Iceman's like, "Are you freaking kidding me again? He's gonna do it again." But even though it was Iceman's fault, but we've already talked about that. But then, Maverick finally comes back in, gets in a fight, and they shoot down, the dudes, and then they land and they buzz the tower and spill coffee on the dude again, and he's like, "That's like 5 freaking times," and then that's the guy that wants butts. Remember earlier when he was like, "I want butt."
Yeah. We can't go backwards, Ty. We got to stay forward here. We are running out of time on the show.
Yeah, we got to conclude here pretty quick. But so Iceman, confronts them. They look like they're going to get in a scrap, but then Iceman says, "You can be my wingman anytime." And then Tom Cruise, he totally says, "No, you can be mine." And I'm like cheering. I'm like, "Yeah, you tell him, Maverick." But then you did notice that he gave him a big crest smile, which, led Iceman to think, what does he know? So, that's where it's all set up. So now, 30 years later, this new movie's coming out, and I could not be more excited.
Well, I have to admit, Ty, that I am excited too now, and it was great to do this story with you today, and I'm glad we've caught everyone up to where it begins. So we will go ahead and say goodbye for now. Thanks for listening to the story. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day.
No, we're not going to start that again. Goodbye.